This is problem number 2 on the sample test problems for test number 2. Consider the points A, 0, 6 and B, 3, 2. A, find an equation in slope-intercept form for the line passing through A and B. Okay, so slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, b is the y-intercept. And so what we need to do is find that slope. And we know that slope is change in y over change in x. So I'm looking at the 2 points at the top. I'll subtract my y's, 6 minus 2. On the bottom, we subtract the x's. Make sure you subtract in a consistent order. If I do 6 minus 2 in that order, then I must do 0 minus 3 in that order on the bottom. So we get 4 over negative 3, or negative 4/3. And in terms of slope, there's really not that many ways to make a mistake. One of them is what I just set up there in green, where you don't subtract in the same order on top and bottom. And the other common mistake is to accidentally put the x's on top. But the slope is always the change in y over the change in x. Okay, once we know the slope is negative 4/3, I think we're actually done if we're willing to accept the gift. That 6 is something really important because it came from a 0. The point 0, 6 is up here somewhere, and we know that our line hits that point. But that 6 is the y-intercept, that's the b. So we don't have to do any other work if we acknowledge that the y-intercept is known. So we're going to go back to this y equals mx plus b and just plug in. Y equals m was negative 4/3, x is x, plus b is a gift, that's 6. Go ahead and erase that and try again so it doesn't look like a b, that's a 6. Part B, find an equation in slope-intercept form for the line which passes through B, but is perpendicular to the line which passes through A and B. Okay, so the first thing we should know here is that perpendicular means the slope should be opposite reciprocals or negative reciprocals. So the slope of the perpendicular line is the opposite reciprocal of the slope of the line that we had before. And the line we had before had a slope of negative 4/3. Opposite makes it positive, reciprocal makes it 3/4. So we do the opposite and we do the reciprocal and we should get 3/4. All right, now we'll go ahead and do our mx plus b. So we just found the slope is 3/4. And so all that we have left to do is find that value of little b, that is the y-intercept. And we might be tempted to just use the same plus 6, because that's what worked for us up above. The difficulty here is that this says that the line passes through point B, and B, unfortunately, is not the y-intercept. So we need to do work. Turns out the y-intercept is going to be different because we're not passing through that same point. Okay, so let's do some work. So we know we're going to hit the point 3, 2. So B is 3, 2, and what we're going to do is plug in 3 and 2 for x and y in our equation. The y is 2, 3/4, the x is 3, plus the unknown b. And so then we have to do a little work to find the value of b. So we multiply those fractions and get 9/4. Make sure you only put that 3 up above if you really need it. It's a 3/1. And then we'll go ahead and subtract 9/4 from both sides. Find an LCD, and you'll find that b is -1/4, which means our final answer, copied from here, y equals 3/4 x, and then plus the b, which we found is -1/4.